Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. Sorry, I had to let out some air because I'm incredibly nervous. So that's the fake enthusiasm, but no, really, I'm really enthusiastic. So what you see up here is the customer experience. So Anne just delivered a wonderful speech about the people in gaming, you and I, all of us over here. In fact, I'm actually really honored to be able to speak right after Anne. In my short, I think 2 years of working with Anne, she's given me a lot of opportunities to develop myself. So thank you very much, Anne. So Anne talked about the people in gaming. I'm now going to talk about the customers. So this is a very simple idea that I have, and I thought I could start this off before going into the presentation proper. Happy employees, happy team members, happy customers will create a smile for everybody. So it's a very simple concept, but it's actually pretty profound. So with that, allow me to be your co-pilot today. I'm going to take you on a journey. Imagine you're on this beautiful jet plane, this private jet plane. You're on your way to this really gorgeous island. Take a moment and think about what it's going to be like. Once you land on the island, you're greeted by somebody by your name, and then you're offered your favorite drink, which a few months ago you had just ordered at a sister property somewhere else in the other half of the globe. And then after that, that person proceeds to offer you something special. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, today I'm going to offer you a complimentary diving trip, which, by the way, you happen to just indicate during your booking process that diving is one of your interests. So how would you feel? You'd be pretty happy, right? Great way to start the holiday. Which brings to this. What expectations would you have when you arrive in such a place, when you paid a lot of money for this? It's all about expectations. As a customer, the customer or ourselves, we're all customers at some point as well. We want to enjoy ourselves. We want to be treated well. We want to feel special. We want to have memories that will stick with us. Basically, we want to be happy. Now imagine you went for a beach holiday to relax. And then when you searched Google, you found that, wow, there's this beautiful long stretch of sandy beach, white, pristine, devoid of crowds. Nobody's on there. It's like, great, this is the destination I'm going to go. And then guess what? You see this. Wow. How many of you have been on a holiday or been to a place where you've been so excited about only to be very disappointed after? I'm sure many of you have. Which brings me to my first point today, expectations versus reality. It's very important that we get ourselves on the right side of this. When reality is greater than our expectations, we're going to be happy. And vice versa, the opposite is true. So when customers' expectations are really high and the reality isn't met, or the perception of reality isn't met, they're going to be disappointed. This beautiful building, Marina Bay Sands, that all of us are in here today, it's the icon of Singapore, the most Instagram hotel or integrated resort in the world. Pretty magnificent, right? But guess what? The reality is that this thing over here, it's just brick and mortar, it's just steel and glass. It's nothing without you and I, without all of us over here. It's nothing without the customers that come to this property, that spread the word about this amazing property. So what's our goal? Our goal, you and I, is to ensure that customers who come in here leave this place significantly happier than they were before they came. What makes customers leave this place with amazing memories? Well, it's you, all of you here today, all of us. It's up to us to make that happen. So here's my question to you. What's our core product? Is that our hotel, our beautiful mall, our celebrity chef restaurants, our casino, etc.? Is it any of those, or is it all of those? Well, guess what? In my opinion, it's none. It's none of those. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our core product. It's about experience. So this is my second point here today. We sell experiences. We're in the business of creating wonderful experiences, wonderful customer experiences. So then what is customer experience? So Adam Richardson for Harvard Business Review defined it as, it is how customers engage with the company and the brand, not just in a snapshot of time, but throughout the entire arc of the customer journey, or from the very beginning where the customers interact with us, even before they step on foot onto this property. So why is customer experience important? Many studies have been done. Deloitte discovered that most companies view customer experience as a competitive differentiator. Gartner found that majority of organizations are starting to direct their investments into customer experience innovations. And also, this is an interesting point here. A lot of customers cited bad experiences as a reason for churn. Basically, they have a bad experience, they disappear, they don't come back, and that's it. Now, this is worrying for us because what we want is we want customers to come and tell us that they had a bad experience, because then that gives us the opportunity to make it great again. But if customers come here and they get upset and they leave, what happens? We don't know about it. They just disappear. We lose this opportunity, we lose potential revenue. So that's what is a bigger concern. So these 4 pillars over here, I think is a good kind of a way that serves as a cornerstone concept to frame expectations of the customer experience. What do customers want? What are they looking for? So the first here is consistent service. So as a customer, when you visit a place of this stature, you're looking for something that's consistent. Every time you come, there's this familiarity about it. You know that there's a guarantee that something will be great. If today you go to Westin, every time you go to a Westin, you expect the bid to be really awesome. So when customers come here into Marina Bay Sands, what are they expecting? Let's think about it. Customers also want to have their preferences fulfilled. If they have indicated before that this is the kind of particular configuration or F&B that they want, or they don't like this and that, when they come back again, we better remember that. F, fast. Fast service. In today's age and in this the rise of technology and social media, it's all about being fast. Time is our most precious commodity. What will customers pay for? A lot of them will pay for time. We have to respect customers' time. We have to provide extra value. We have to give them value, and the value here is in helping them save time. The third aspect here is self-service. Increasingly, there are a lot of things that, as customers, we do not require an interaction with a live person. There are a lot of things we can do ourselves, again, for the conveniences of being quick, or sometimes we just don't want to interact with somebody. So this is another rising trend of customer expectations. Lastly, which is becoming a huge thing now, intelligent service. What do we mean by that? It's about sophisticated personalization. In today's age where so much data is captured, those who will do well are those who can harness that data and use it to their advantage. Customers are increasingly expectant of personalized service. Personalized service is not something where you go into a hotel and they say, good afternoon, so-and-so, welcome back here. If you need anything, please contact me. That's not personalized service. Personalized service could be, welcome back here. We haven't seen you in 3 months. The last time you came, you went for this musical. There's a new latest musical in town that we think you might like. Here's 2 tickets for you. That's personalized service. And then there are 2 factors that influence customer expectations of customer service or customer experience. Technology has handed customers unprecedented power in dictating the rules of the game. More so than ever, everything is so convenient at your fingertips. Information is at your fingertips. And also more so than ever, customers are more likely to rely on reviews, recommendations to make their decisions. So basically what this means is traditional forms of advertising is losing its power of persuasion. And what this also means is that the customer experience becomes even more essential because the customers are our biggest form of advocates. The second factor is competition. Competition will continuously set new benchmarks. New integrated resorts, new casinos are popping up all over Asia, everywhere. Competition is fierce. What used to be a small playing field, there are now casinos all over Asia. So what's the key differentiator? Is it a product? Maybe, but only to a certain extent. It's really customer experience. And that's why we're in the business of selling customer experiences. What's interesting is there are companies like Apple, Google, Starbucks that seem to have no relevance to us, different industry. Or Singapore Airlines, like Anne mentioned, our very own in Singapore, the best airlines in the world. They have a profound influence on what the customer experience or the expectations of the customer experience are today. Why? It's all about technology, and it's all about the way they have provided extra value to customers. And because of what some of these companies have done in other industries, we are also affected. So here's my third point today. Expectations of the customer experience are evolving faster than ever. And actually, you'll soon realize that change is a constant theme today across all the speakers. Change is happening all the time, and we have to keep up. So basically, what I've done so far is I've laid the customer experience landscape in 3 clear points. So what do we do? So I came up with a simple framework to guide us, which I shall refer to as the CX, or Customer Experience Framework. A simple triangle, simple way of reference. The first is corporate culture. What do we mean by that? Corporate culture, in what I'm defining here, is being customer-centric, having a culture of being customer-centric, customer first, having a very collaborative culture, having a problem-solving culture. The second point, employee engagement. It's about a learning culture, which actually Pei Lai will mention later on in today. And it's also about improving processes, engaging employees, just doing things better. And after all, we're working for an amazing company, so we should be proud of that. And we're making so many wonderful renovations, wonderful changes to our products. The third, customer relationship management. So you start to see a lot of journey mapping as a kind of the buzzword going on around now that's important for the entire customer journey. We have our very own CRM, or customer relationship management software called DexRM, which is created in-house, which is amazing and continuously gets better every year. In fact, even the host teams, the marketing teams, loyalty marketing, etc., basically all of us work together. And ultimately, what's going to differentiate us and what's going to make us have the tools required is the ability to capture and harness the data and harmonize it and to use it in a meaningful manner such that we can provide better customer experience. In fact, many of these things sound familiar. I just put it in a simple framework. So why do they sound familiar? Well, fortunately, we have forward-thinking leaders in this company. In fact, all of you. 1MBS. We've been hearing about this for a while now. Some of you may think it's just air. When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, just corporate. I wanted to say the word, but really, it's very, very important. And it's something that I think we'll continuously see. And it's something that's going to keep getting better. Just to refresh our memories a little bit. So ultimately, 1MBS seeks to improve the customer experience, of course, right? Our purpose is to create unforgettable memories. Our philosophies, our 6 key service principles, along with our core values, they all come together to provide our brand proposition, which is right at the bottom there. What is that? Experience amplified. Again, it's talking about the customer experience. It all ties in together. We're in the business of selling customer experiences. So back to this again. The heart of it all is the customer experience. We've begun taking the first steps in this conceptual framework. The leadership at Marina Bay Sands is very committed to developing a strong 1MBS culture, developing and engaging team members while harnessing capabilities and improving our customer relationship management capabilities. So personally, I believe we're working for the best company in the industry. And guess what? We're also in one of the best industries out there in this world today and the future. And in fact, Ian Feldman will talk to you a lot more about that later. He will inspire you and he'll tell you why. So in case you haven't been listening to me the last, what felt like 5 hours, so here's your takeaway. We're in the business of selling customer experiences, and our goal is to ensure that customer perception of reality exceeds the continuously evolving expectations of the customer. So if there's anything that you don't take away from what I just spoke in the last maybe 13, 12 minutes. Just remember this. So my last note today before I wrap up. As customers' expectations evolve, we have to think of new ways to exceed these expectations and thereby creating loyalty. Because why? Loyalty is key. A strong loyalty strategy is absolutely essential to the customer experience. It is critical to creating revenue. And ultimately, if we don't make money, we're not going to be here today. So with that, Joe Malnerich will now give you further insights to what loyalty is about. Thank you very much.